Well, we really need your help, plant peeps. Right now, we've got a few paths that we want to try to make some crosses of, and we just don't know exactly what we want to do, and so we're asking for your all input. Welcome to LPLR Orchids. I'm Travis, and thanks for checking in. And yes, we really do want some feedback from you guys. And honestly, even if you are not a grower of Paphiopedilums or slipper orchids and you don't really know anything about orchid breeding, well, we still would appreciate just maybe your thoughts on what you think would be an interesting new hybrid to see, just on what the parent plants look like, because we have no idea what's going to happen. And I think, with orchid breeding, unless you've got a lot of experience, and even then, you never know what's going to happen, right? Which is kind of the beauty of it. So, even if you aren't an experienced grower or breeder, please let us know your thoughts and maybe which ones you would want to see crossed. And yeah, we'll take all comments and thoughts into consideration. The first path that we've got opening up now is this one. It's called Labaudianum philippinense ex Hainaldianum. There you go. So that's the hybrid. Really nice grower, and it's gonna open up 2 or 3 more blooms, it looks like. Yeah, of course, first time that it's bloomed, so hopefully the petals will improve in subsequent bloomings. I guess we'll have to see. But I like, the hood. It's still, this is just opening up. So the hood is still not quite fully open, and this should take on a nicer stature. So yeah, look at the nice coloration up inside, and so pretty excited to see this one open for us. We just got this plant last summer, so in August or so. So we haven't had it very long, but good grower, new growths coming on. So now next up, we'll look at the Escarolii alba. Definitely want to make a cross with this plant. This one you don't see too much out there, and so it's. I think the form on it is really fantastic. I forgot the ruler. Let me grab the ruler. We can put the ruler behind it here and get a bit of a measurement. It looks like about 11, almost 12 centimeters on the spread of the petals there. So yeah, and of course they do curl back a little bit, and the frilly, curling, kind of frilling edges are really nicely formed. So pretty happy with this flower. All in all, this plant's taken us a long time to bloom. We've owned this plant for several years, but now I think it's kind of on its way. It's got, again, a nice new growth coming on. So this one should be blooming again in sometime in the foreseeable future. Hopefully it won't be another 5-year wait. We'll see. But definitely want to put this onto something and try to make a hybrid with this, and probably do either put some pollen onto this as well, either in a reciprocal cross or kind of play musical pollen and do a round robin. So yeah, this one is for sure up to be crossed. And we'll follow that one right up with the Path colossum, is this guy. This particular plant, as much as we want to make a cross with the Escarolii, I don't really want to do anything with the colossum. Now, I don't want to bias you guys with the comments that I make. I'm trying to be unbiased, but the deal is these colossums are used in the parentage, or were used in the parentage of like basically all the maudii that you see. These really common. We'll show you that one next. Now, the other reason is the shape and form of this particular plant. Like the petals don't droop down as much as I would like them to, and as some of the really good examples. So this plant, yeah, I really have no desire to make any hybrids with this. And quite honestly, as much as I love this plant, like the foliage is stunning, It's always beautiful. It like never has, a bad leaf on it. Like it's just a wonderful, really amazing plant. Yeah, it's just not something that I don't want to remake a Maudii because there's like a million of them and they're kind of like meh, a lot of them to me. And I don't know. Anyways, so that one's there as well. Let me grab the next one. The next one is just a Maudii, right? So this is a complex hybrid that has the colossum as its, background parentage or as one of the parents. It is not opening up, but you can see what a tall, straight, erect inflorescence it has. The bud is really dark. This cultivar is called Schwarz Madonna, so the name is fitting. And the flower is purple, dark purple. We'll show it again, I'm sure, when it opens up. But yeah, again, I'm not sure if I want to continue anything with this particular path because yeah, it's like the line is yeah, I guess it's been perfected, right? I'm not sure if you keep adding stuff, it's just gonna feel like get more and more muddy and not really cool. And now just to look at the maybe the last two or the last couple, these are the next ones will be both sequential bloomers, so they will put out bloom after bloom after bloom, and yeah, they stay in bloom for a couple months. This one's been going 4 months or so now, I guess, and it's still putting on more. So this one just opened up in the last, well, all of these have opened up in the last week, which is, why the comments are kind of time sensitive. Feel free to comment even after, the end of February because we would like to pollinate these in the next couple days. So if you are seeing this after, end of February 2025, well, feel free to chime in anyway, and maybe we'll give some updates. I'm sure we will. We'll give updates of what happens. Anyways, back to the plants now. Specifically, it's gonna bounce. Look at it. It's like imagine what it would look like in the wild. A bunch of them just dancing in the wind. This is the Paph primularinum. Primularinum. There you go. So that's this plant. Amazing, beautiful little flowers. The petals on these are just so cool and frilly. The flowers they're a bit smaller. So, all right, we got the rule right here. I'll just show you what I mean. So they're on the smaller side. Let's see if we can get it kind of aligned. It's like 7 centimeters from petal to petal there. So you can see right the top to bottom, if you will, is get down lower, like 5 centimeters. Not a huge plant, all in all, but really beautiful in that it just keeps blooming, and all the flowers form really nice and pretty. The pure white pouch. I mean, it's really really a nice one. Now, yeah, the pouch is more white, like in the first day or two when it opens up, and then it kind of darkens to a more of a creamy yellow. But yeah, plant there is really vigorous, nice grower. Again, we got new growths coming on, so I love these paths. They really do well here in our conditions, particular here. They seem to like it. So, and we'll bring up then the last one. This is a plant that if you follow our channel, well, thanks a bunch. And if you don't, consider subscribing and get updates on these. This is the Limianum. Now I can't get the tag back in, of course. I'll do it later. Also a sequential bloomer. So this plant, when it was in its peak, it actually would carry 3 flowers at any time. They were all open at the same time, and then as one fell off, another one would open. So now in the wintertime, it's kind of cut back to just holding one flower, and I think this is probably the last of the flowers finally done. This plant's been in bloom for like 6 months, just again, flower after flower after flower. So really interesting. I love these sequential bloomers in the past. They're really cool that they're just, they always have one open. So that's nice. It'd be cool if we had multiple spikes on one. But anyways, now to, some thoughts. Again, I don't want to bias you guys or, maybe sway any opinions, and hopefully we will get some feedback on things that maybe you guys would like to see done with these paths. I mean, certainly I think, there's something that interesting that could happen here. Just looking at those two right next to each other, it's pretty cool. Now, obviously, the growth habits are a lot different. Like this is a sequential, the primulinum, and the escarolii is a monofloral. So it just blooms one flower on the inflorescence, and then that spike and fan and everything will slowly go away, and then hopefully a new one forms. Yeah, so we've kind of got that going on right between these two. Now, I thought it might be interesting to use the Labaudianum. That's this guy again, this multifloral. So that's kind of the difference between a multifloral and a sequential. Um, you can see that, so this Labaudianum is technically a multifloral path, and so it will grow, 3 to 4, sometimes some of them can grow a lot more, 6 flowers on one inflorescence, and then all of the flowers open up and stay open at the same time. And then once they, kind of fade off and fall, then the spike usually dies, and that's the end of it, right? Then that fan will go away. So that's in contrast to these sequential bloomers, which again just put out bloom after bloom after bloom after bloom and just keep going. So difference in the way the paths grow. And again, these colossum, they're monofloral. So one flower on the inflorescence, and that's it. That's all you're getting, you know. Anyway, so yeah, this one, to maybe this one, or maybe to put some white into the backgrounds. I mean, I'm not sure. Thought a lot about which ones I want to try to put onto the Escarolii alba. Yeah, so I've got some thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, we appreciate any insight and feedback and stuff that you see we're not seeing or thinking about. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.